Okay, we ready?
Well, good morning. I hope you're doing well. We are back in Middle Earth, and last time, Medrielle agreed to go with the Rohirrim to do a surprise attack on Isengard before old Saruman could do anything. Now we need to go talk to the map table to start the instant. You study the maps placed upon the table and consider Theodred's plan. First, he must determine what defenses to leave at the fort of Isen. Then he will ride north to Isengard with a host of riders. The attack will begin at dawn.
Dawn came swiftly on the 25th of February, as my prince prepared to conduct his daring strike.
I hope you have awakened refreshed, Medrielle. I doubt not this will be a long day. I have a few matters left undone, which must be resolved, then we will ride. I will need men at my side in Isengard, but we must not leave the fort undefended. Who did you have in mind to command the riders we leave behind? Kata was my first choice. His brother Edwig already spoke to me, desiring a place in our host. Their mother is old, and if our attack on Isengard goes ill, I would not deprive her of both of her sons. Come, Medrielle. We will tell Sinston to deliver this message. My prince. Prince Theodred, may fortune smile upon you this day. If it does not, we will make our own fortune, my friend. Sinston, is everything all right? What are you looking for? My prince, it is nothing. I must one of my bracelets, that is all. It will turn up, I am sure. I need you to cross to the east bank with a message for Kata. Tell him he is to remain here with his men and to hold the fort against whatever may come. You want him to stay here? I will tell him, but he will not like it. Kata is a man of Rohan and will understand what is needed of him. I will not advance through the front gate to victory while leaving the postern gate open to the enemy. Someone must stay to hold the fort in the event I have misjudged Saruman's mind. Theodred lowers his voice and addresses you quietly. You should go with Siston to deliver my word, Medrielle. He is untested by battle, and the men see him still as a green boy. Kata may be less bristly towards my esquire if you are there as well. I need a word with Athelard before we go. He is not pleased at the quality of the spears we have, but it is too late to make more. They will have to suffice. Athelard, where are you? Tell me why these spears are unsatisfactory. I hope you don't mind getting your feet wet again, Medrielle. Kata's on the east bank of the river, and the stones can be treacherous. This way. You have been in some battles, Medrielle? Of course you have. May I ask you a question? You have come a long way from your homeland, Medrielle, and you have seen a great deal of danger. These battles in which you have fought, when you were embroiled in the thick of them, were you frightened? I cannot ask this of the men. They would think me a coward. But I am already frightened, and we have not yet begun to march. That's normal. Well, I will be with Theodred, and he has never known fear. Oh, he has. He just hides it very well. I could not bear to bring shame upon my family or my prince. Don't worry, you won't. Thank you for listening, friend. I will follow your example and not give in to these doubts. Kata, are you here? You are to remain here with your men to hold the fort. It is the will of the prince. I should not be left behind. My place is at the front of the column with my prince. Kata's eyes flash angrily at you from beneath the rim of his helmet. I will do as I am commanded, but I wish it were not necessary. My men will hold the fort against whatever comes, as my prince desires. But I think we wait here uselessly while our brothers and friends ride into battle against the armies of Saruman. I understand the need for it, but I chafe at that need and do not want to sit here in idleness while Prince Theodred rides into danger. Gather to me, men of Rohan. Alright. I did tell the prince that Kata would not be happy about staying here. You heard me tell him that. I'm going to stay here for a few minutes and see if I can find my missing bracer. You should cross the ford again and tell the prince that the ford will be defended while we are away. Well, I'm thinking about it. I got some food. Not a ton, but some food. Prince Theodred? All is ready, then. Canada will hold the east bank of the ford with the men at his command, and the rest of us will ride north to Isengard. Theodred will follow my lead, and Grimbold will dismount and command the foot as a separate unit if the terrain off the road warrants it. Athelord will call the mark for his archers. It will be some hours before we are in sight Isengard. It is best we get started. Mount your steed, Medrielle, and talk to Grimbold. I think we're just going to take a regular horse for this. I'd like something I can control. Let us ride together, Medrielle. Let us bring news of our defiance to Saruman himself.
Prince Theodred left riders at the ford of Isen to guard the passage into Rohan, and he went north with a second group to Isengard.
It is a pleasant morning for riding, Medrielle. If it stays thus, we will be at Isengard by midday, and have brought Saruman to heel not long after. Let us catch up to the prince and get a good view of the road ahead. I would tell y'all this is foolhardy, but you won't listen, so. My prince, what is the word from ahead? We will know soon. I have sent Hildred on ahead to scout the road. We are nearly there, Medrielle. I can smell the stench of Isengard even from here. Look, he returns to us. Prince Theodred. There are orcs and half-orcs outside the walls, but their number is not great. We have taken the wizard unaware. Perhaps. Do not celebrate yet, Hildred. The battle is still unfought. This news lightens my heart, but we must not forget that Saruman is devious. This strike will remind him we are not to be lightly set aside, and that he is not immune to attack. Any more than that is more than I expect. The dawn has passed. It will be midday when we move to the next stage of my plan. Ready yourself for what comes next, Medrielle. We have several hours right ahead of us, Medrielle. Then we will see if Saruman is prepared to face me in battle, or if he will cower behind his walls in perpetual caution. Alright. You study the maps placed on the table and consider Theodred's plan. Once he has come within sight of Isengard, he will order his men to attack the orcs arrayed outside the walls. He thinks to arrive outside Isengard by midday.
Theodred came to the gates of Isengard by midday, and the Uruks arrayed before him readied for his assault. We lined up, ready to charge.
Hildred spoke true. There are orcs outside the walls, but their numbers should not be a problem for us, Medrielle. Let us see what they think of my riders. Rohirrim! Our foes lie before us. See them assembled outside their wall. Grimbold, have your archers send our greetings to Saruman. With pleasure, my friend. Grimbold, take Medrielle and attack from their flank while our riders harry them. We will cut through the brush on this side of the road, Medrielle, and attack our enemy's flank. Look, the riders have begun their attack. And we're getting attacked by half-orc. That was not all of them, Medrielle. Stay alert. More approach. Here comes another, and it sounds like a big one. Grimbold, Medrielle. Runger, we thought you were the enemy. Prince Theodred has routed the enemy. Victory is ours. Medrielle, Grimbold, come with me. And we will send them howling back into the ring of Isengard. We will send them back to Saruman.
Our victory was short-lived. All was still as the gates of Isengard swung open. Out boiled a mighty force of Saruman's Uruks. They sought to surround us, and Theodred ordered a retreat.
We are outnumbered, Medrielle. The prince has ordered a retreat, but first we must survive this attack. Our riders have managed to net some of our foes, attack the netted Urks, and keep them from breaking through. I will try to drive some the other way. Are you Medrielle? You are. We have to get out of here. Shouts of despair and cries of terror rise from the pockets of Rohirrim still fighting for their lives. The archer looks at you with fear in his eyes and throws his bow down in the dust. The day is lost. There are too many Urks. The men begin to break for the road back to the ford, and all sense of order is lost as the Urks gather on all sides. Excuse me. Rude. You study the maps placed on the table and consider Theodred's plan. If all goes well, the prince should have victory by afternoon. If all goes well.
We formed up between Theodred and our foes, fighting for our lives and his. There seemed to be no end to the Orcs.
This is far enough, Medrielle. Let us turn and face our pursuers. We must give Prince Theodred some time to move further south. Stand your ground. We must fall back. Hurry. Be done with you. We are doing well, Medrielle. Every second we give to Prince Theodred is a second unwasted. So long as we stand, Rohan stands with us. Oh no, Edwig has taken a grievous blow. The time for fighting is over. Run! There's no victory here. We have to run. Discovered Pillars of the White Hand. Ooh. They will be on us in moments, Medrielle. Let me gather the men about us and ready them for the last assault. Gather to me. Saruman's hammer stroke will soon be upon us. Our prince has gotten to safety, but we cannot allow this force to reach him. Captain, a rider approaches. What? Captain, a second force of Urks has come to the fort in secret. Cata has been driven back into Rohan. Prince Theodred is in danger. 1,000 curses upon Saruman. He sent a second force of Urks to the fort on the other side of the river. We have to get back to the prince at once. Without Cata at the fort, Prince Theodred cannot drive them off with the few men he has in his party. We cannot die here. We have to get back to the fort at once to save Prince Theodred. He will be caught between the hammer and the anvil of Saruman.
The Uruks pursued us as we fled, and the riders Theodred left at the ford were driven away by their onslaught. The prince was forced onto the island in the middle of the river, attacked from both sides, and we could not reach him. All seemed lost.
You study the maps placed on the table and consider Theodred's plan. When the sun sets on the 25th of February, Theodred expects to return to the ford with newfound confidence in his defenses. Perhaps it will be so.
The prince was trapped in the middle of the River Isen. We had to fight through the line of Uruks to reach him.
Death to the forces of Saruman! Death to them all! Quickly, Medrielle must get to the water's edge and see what has happened to the prince. There is no time, Medrielle. Prince Theodred is beset on all sides. We have to cross the river and break through the ring that surrounds him. More flock. Medrielle, I thought we would not meet again. The old man was not pleased to lose you as his guest, and he was very cross with Morflock. But in his wisdom, he sent me forth to gain his forgiveness, and with a simple mission. All I need to do is kill the horse prince. I've done this, and more besides. Enough! Gather to me, boys! Finish the mag at once and for all! Morflock's attention is drawn to the eastern bank of the ford. Before you could take advantage of his inattention, you are yourself rooted to the spot with wonder. A line of riders has come from Rohan, and the courage of the Uruks melts away as the Rohirrim prepare to charge.
And yet, as the sun set, and our hopes with it, the sound of a horn signaled the arrival of a new force on the far side of the river. Elfhelm riding hard from Helm's Deep, with many riders at his call. The Uruks retreated before him, and the day was saved, but much was lost that could not be regained.
You study the maps on the table and consider Theodred's plan. This is indeed a daring move, and the prince expects it to renew Saruman's caution. By nightfall, who knows what the situation may be? It could be that night will bring with it renewed hope for Rohan. There are other possibilities as well, but there are darker and more grim.
Night fell on the 25th of February, as my prince prepared for one last journey, a journey to lands we know not.
You are Medrielle. Grimbold spoke to me of you. He says you fought bravely today. Elfham looks across the water of the Isen into the distance. Many men fought bravely today, but for many a man, this was his last battle. I rode hard from Helm's Deep once Saruman's forces were spotted. Would that we got here sooner. Grimbold is with the prince. You should go to him. Medrielle. Prince Theodred's wounds are grievous, Medrielle. He does not have much time left. I have given him a bedroll and tried to make him as comfortable as I can, but he shakes his head, a haunted look in his eyes. I am a veteran of many wars, Medrielle, and have seen death in all its forms, but to see Theoden King's heir like this, more than my prince will die tonight, I fear. Rohan dies with him. Grimbold, my old friend. My prince, I am here. Is the ford... is it... We still hold the ford, my prince. The orcs have retreated to Isengard. Good. We need to keep. We will hold the fort. Saruman cannot break us, Prince Theodred. Elfhelm, I thought I saw your shield. You did, my prince. I rode down the great orc that gave you that wound. His courage deserted him, and I planted my spear in his back. Courage. Sinston, where is... You need your rest, my prince. We will speak of Sinston another time. Grimbold, I am not a child. Sinston fell defending you from the orcs, my prince. He was very brave. Medrielle, I want you to know. Theodred coughs weakly. He is clearly near the end of his strength. My father cannot stand alone. He closes his eyes for a moment, but keeps speaking. My father, the king. He needs allies if Rohan is to survive. He will have them. All of us will aid Theoden King. You will be with him, my prince. We will bring you to Edoras. No. Leave me here. I will keep the ford. Aylmer. Prince Theodred is dead. We will bury him here, as was his wish, alongside his men. They will not return to Rohan, but will keep the fort alongside their prince until the end of all days. I am ready for this day to be done, Medrielle. I know it is the same with you.
We've lost much this day, but we cannot despair. We must not.
This was no accident, Medrielle. Saruman sought to slay our prince, and he succeeded. With that accomplished, he is content to have his forces retreat. This is a hollow victory. We hold the ford, but the loss of Theodred is too much for Rohan to bear. We have lost much this day, but we cannot despair. We must not. We must hold this crossing or die. Saruman accomplished what he wished this day, but there will come another day, and when it does, he will seek to cross the Isen and move into Rohan. My men and I will stand against him, and if you will stand with us, we may stand the longer. These dark days grow darker still. Rest now while you can, Medrielle.
It has been a long day. We could all use a rest.
It has been a long day, Medrielle, and we could all use a rest. We have held the fort, but have lost Prince Theodred, and that weighs heavily upon my mind. I fear the doom of Rohan is near. My men are tired, weary in body and mind, and we cannot stop it. Go south of here to the milestone located in this camp. You will find a bedroll you can use there. Take your rest while you can. You may not have another opportunity for a while, and we will need you to be ready. I think a rest is a good idea. The bedroll is uncomfortable, and you can feel every jutting stone of the hard ground through it. Even so, you are so exhausted by the events of the day that you fall into a troubled sleep.
You should get what rest you can, my friend, and try not to dwell upon the horrors of the battle. Perhaps things will seem less grim by the light of day.
Nothing moves within Grimbold's camp. You know Theodred did not die at this place, but the sight of the fallen prince still fills you with regret and with worry for the future of his kingdom. The dream holds you in its grip and refuses to let you go. Candake the Ranger stands before you, an eyebrow raised in amusement. I think you might be asleep, Medrielle. Candake looks around at the corpse-strewn camp. Your journey must have been an arduous one, Medrielle, if this is the tapestry of your dreaming. May you find restful sleep at the end of your road, my friend, for I fear you will have little of that for a while. Walk with me a ways, Medrielle. There are some things we need to discuss. Death is all around you. I fell on the Forsaken Road, and I feel it here. But you must not abandon hope, Medrielle. Even the darkest night is followed by dawn. All of us have left someone behind. That is why we brave the darkness. We fight so they may see the dawn. Do not lose sight of who you are, my friend, and do not despair. I would give my life 1,000 times to be even the smallest help to Aragorn, my chieftain. That is what it means to be one of the Dunedain. It was so different for these men of Rohan, or for their prince. They strove to protect their people, and would do so again if given the opportunity. Weep for the need of it, but do not mourn their choice. I know they must be content. Someone comes. Let us meet him at the gate, and keep him from further disturbing your rest. Hurry, this way. He is close. He is your own foe to face, Medrielle. I will not be able to help you stand against him, and you will be on your own. Let the knowledge that you have already proven the stronger lighten your heart and bring you courage. Medrielle! You will never escape me. My hatred lives on. You cannot hope to defeat me. Candide? Your dreaming mind roams far afield, Medrielle. Asleep, you are much like a ranger. I hope you do not mind my saying so. Candide chuckles, but the pleasant familiarity of the sound rings hollowly in the still air of the dream and is soon gone. Our friends have their own road now, Medrielle. May they reach Aragorn in time to be of use to him. It is my hope that the most dangerous leg of their journey is behind them, but I fear it is not so. How much hardship will our friends face before the end? So much has been lost already. He lost a daughter, and he almost lost himself. Golodir stands before you, tall and proud, but his eyes burn with fire, and his lip is twisted into a sneer. I will not rest until he dies. Mordorith. No, that's not right. Lubrinnan. You must die. This way, Medrielle. Golodir has passed beyond your help. Other of our friends dwell in your thoughts, Medrielle. Lothrindir stands before you, struggling against his bonds, but his eyes show no sign of despair. Defiance shines from those wells of blue, and his mouth is a resolute line. Lothrindir resists. That is all he knows, and he will never submit to his captors. I fear he does not know any better. The only one who can save Lothrindir now is Lothrindir. Callanglad. Callanglad stares out at the lake, his eyes glassy. He takes no notice of you. Gwendith, are you there? I should not have left you, Gwendith. But your duty. It was a mistake. I am not strong enough for this duty. Candide, Breguier, so many of my friends. I failed them, but I not fail you, my love. No, I forbid it. Stop. Callanglad! Your thoughts turn to your friends, but remember you are held in the grip of your dreams. Nothing you have seen here is real, Medrielle. I am sure our friends will be fine. Candide does not sound as certain as you might wish, and you cannot help but wonder if that is proof of your own worrying doubt or something more. What is this place, Medrielle? That river could be the Anduin, but have you ever seen this place? I wonder what has called it to your memory. Someone else is here, Medrielle. The time has come for me to leave you again. Good night, my friend. What is it, Mr. Frodo? You do not look well, and have not since we came back to the shore. That shape won't be coming back, I'll wager. Legolas saw to that with his arrows, he did, and a good thing it was, too. You clutched your shoulder when it appeared, and looked to be in a great deal of pain. Are you sure you're feeling all right? I'm worried about you, Mr. Frodo. I am fine, Sam. I felt a chill in my heart, and the pain in my shoulder reminded me of... well, it is gone now. Nothing more than a passing memory. I think we will be fine for a while. The orcs that attacked from the other shore were dismayed by the fall of whatever that shadow may have been. And yet every paddle stroke on the river brings us further south, as it does my heart sink southward still. Tonight the bow of Legolas saved us, but for how long will our fortune hold? I am sorry, Sam. I do not want you to worry. Gimli says that shape we saw in the sky was a Balrog. You don't think it was, do you, Mary? I didn't get a good look at it, but that's what Gimli said. A Balrog, he said. You don't think it was, do you? How are you feeling, Pip? When that winged shadow came out from behind that god, I thought we were done for. I was wrong, though. Thank goodness for the quick wits and quicker bowstrings of the elves. I don't want to think too much about that dark shape, at least not tonight. Maybe the memory will be less frightening in the daylight tomorrow. It was a good shot, Legolas. I'll give you that. But up close, nothing can best an axe in the hand of one of Dorne's folk. If that winged shadow had come just a hair lower, I would have proven it, and you would have saved an arrow. Your gift has proved useful, I'll grant that. But when I can make use of the Lady Galadriel's gift to me, you will see a thing of wonder and beauty. Our journey leads us from danger to greater danger. To have lost Gandalf, to be pursued by orcs from behind, and to paddle into them ahead. What awaits us further down the river? And Gollum is still behind us. If he were not so cunning, perhaps I could catch him with an arrow, but it seems he has learned something about staying alive. In your hands, the bow of Galadriel is deadly indeed, Legolas. The entire company is in your debt. Did you mark how the shadows fall dismayed the orcs on the foreshore? I feel they will not attack us again tonight. My guess is that our clever watermen set them on us. We have evaded his trick thus far. May our fortune hold. Boromir stands apart from the rest of the group, staring across the water to the far bank, but every now and then his eyes drift in the direction of the hobbit. Aragorn. I will take the first watch. The little ones need rest. They have been through much tonight. No, Boromir, we cannot stop tonight. It is too dangerous. The orcs have retreated for now, but we are still being watched. Your friends are gone, but something else has come. They were here. Yes, precious. Sneaking and creeping, precious. Floating and hiding, no splishing and splashing, like the vicious Gollum. Gollum! The creature Gollum stares at you, past you with its eyes like lamps, but even in the grip of the dream you feel a chill at the thought you might be seen. Are you nice fishy? Tasty? We need to keep up our strength. Gollum! Gollum! We cannot take the precious if our hands are too weak to wrap and squeeze. We need such strength. Tasty fishy, eat. And then we follow the precious. Gollum! Gollum! Mysterious sword. The sword seems familiar to you, but there's something otherworldly about it. As you touch the sword, vivid color returns to the world. You are alone. Handache is gone. Your friends are gone. You hear someone stumbling through the reeds. Medrielle? Where are you? I cannot see you. Medrielle, where are you? Who is that? What is that? Nona? Something is coming. The darkness is all around you. If lies were wings, fate be to endanger our secret purpose. Medrielle, you must come to Lothlorien. Come to Lothlorien and bring the ghost. So cold. Nona? As you stare at Nona's lifeless body lying among the mist and the reeds, you feel the waking world begin to rip away the veil of sleep from your eyes.
The veil of sleep passes from your eyes, but the memory of what you have seen remains. The meaning of these troubled dreams, however, remains hidden to you.
Well, that was quite a dream. I guess after a harrowing day of fighting and seeing somebody's prince die, a lot of things go through your mind.
You had a bad dream. Such things are to be expected after a battle.
Grimbold's expression becomes darker and more concerned as you tell him what you remember of the troubling dream. Ah, this is not merely a bad dream, Medrielle. This is elf magic of the worst sort. It was a mistake for me to think you were different. All of your kind deals in mysterious forces, and I was a fool to think you would not tangle my men in your net. If you were not so valuable in a fight, I would command you to leave and never return. You could not leave my sight quickly enough.
This dream of yours is an omen of dangerous times ahead.
I will not force you to leave, my friend. You have been too valuable an ally. But heed this warning. Elf magic or not, this dream of yours is an omen of dangerous times ahead. It must steer your steps, but whether it steers them to good or ill I cannot say. This I know, however. It is not your fate to stand with us again. Can you understand any of what you saw within the fog of sleep? You tell Grimbold that you do know of someone to whom the dream seemed to refer, the girl Nona, who calls herself Wadu's ghost, for a time, and swore vengeance on Dunlendings in the pay of Saruman. You must begin by finding this girl, then. If she sought to slay Dunlendings, she is certain to be somewhere within the Gap of Rohan. They gather in Wolf's Cleft, and the Gap teems with them. Go to Wilfrith in Frothbrand to the west, and see if he has seen any sign of this girl. Ooh, he was a little harsh. Apparently, people in Rohan do not like elves very much, at all. And it doesn't matter if you help them out a whole bunch. They still don't like elves very much. But it looks like we have to track down Nona. And then, it sounds like we're going to Lothlorien to talk to the Lady Galadriel. But that will be for next time. Until then, bye for now.